Hi guys, Amber here for Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, August 4th, 2015. I'm just under the wire. It's 11:59. And I just breathed in a bunch of saliva, so if I keep coughing, I am so sorry in advance. It's probably because 20 minutes ago, when I decided to actually film a Ttmt this week, I got everything set up, shoved a bunch of M&Ms in my mouth, and then remembered I wasn't supposed to do that. I've tried filming several times, and things keep happening. I threatened a couple of times ago it was going to be my last one. I was going to post it, and I realized it was 11 minutes of rambling, and nobody deserves that. So, what is it that I have to show you this week? Sadly, nothing that I've made. It's been another week of getting nothing done. I have the feeling that's kind of because I'm in a bit of a holding pattern right now, which I'll explain more in a second. I do have some good things to show. Well, one good thing. And that is this beautiful postcard I received from Alia a while ago. Well, not a while ago, a few days ago. She's in England right now. And this was just Alia, it was a real treat to receive this. I was having kind of a rough day the day I got it in the mail, and it just made me very happy to think about it. And I love your cute little note on there. I hope you're having a good time. What else? So this holding pattern. Here's the thing. I started cleaning my rooms last week, as you guys know. Didn't get very far. And that's because I've never quite been happy with my setup of my rooms. When I first bought my house, it was the first time I had a dedicated craft area. Prior to that, I had a closet that I kept all my yarn in. And even that was kind of hard to keep straight because, you know, the closet in Harry Potter? Yeah, it was smaller than that. It was just a closet. Had a bunch of crates in there. And it was just hard to keep stuff straight, but it kept it out of the way for the most part. Well, now, not only do I have Yarnia, I have, what is it we call my room? We call my room the room of requirement, because how my mom talked me into buying a house was telling me that if we bought a house that had an extra bedroom, I could have a craft room. So that was kind of one of the requirements. Considering I only looked at 2 houses and I bought the first house I looked at, it was kind of a given. So anyway, the problem is last year I embarked on a massive cleanup of my rooms. I took like a week off and just did a lot of cleaning and rearranging, a lot of throwing away of stuff, which was great. I rearranged a bunch of furniture. I built the cubbies that are behind me. The problem is that once I put all my fabric in the cubbies, it effectively put all my scrap out of sight, out of mind for me. And when I started doing Project of Doom, I never once went and looked in, well, not true. The first few weeks I tried, I really did. I tried to look in there for stuff. I didn't need to for mine because mine was all Stonehenge, and I didn't have any Stonehenge before I started doing Project of Doom. Well, I did, but nothing that I ever really used a lot of. But, you know, so I bought all these clear plastic boxes with every intention of putting my scraps in there, and I just haven't gotten around to it. I got some time coming off next month, so it might not be until then that I actually get around to doing it. I'm hoping I get some mojo back before then. But I've been looking at a lot of organization ideas online, a lot of tips, a lot of pictures of various things, sewing rooms, crafting rooms, areas, closets, you know, everything I can think of just to get some ideas of how to do things better. And it occurred to me what part of my problem is that I've never been happy with my table setup. I started with one 20 by 48 inch table, but how I had it set up, I had my back to the room, which wouldn't be a problem per se, except I was also blocking my own light. And so I bought a second table, created an L shape, and that worked, except it didn't. And then I bought a third table, and so now I have 3 tables, and it would work. I would never have to change it, to be honest, except that cutting big pieces of fabric is kind of difficult. Having any big setups is really frustrating. Trying to sew larger quilts together once I get all the bigger pieces kind of sewn together is really difficult. So I started researching tables, and after not finding anything that wasn't like an arm and a leg, my firstborn child, and maybe $1,000, I decided to start looking into reuses of things. Like maybe I could find something better to do for a table without having to buy one. I wasn't comfortable with buying like a dining room table that would cost me a couple $100, especially since I'm just going to put mats on it and probably mark it up and everything. So in looking around, I did find instructions for making my own table using some cubby systems and an unfinished interior slab door. And I sent the instructions off to a couple of people I know, and I sent them to a couple other people who know me pretty well. And I said to each one of them, I think I can do this. What do you think? And they were all very positive about my abilities. A couple people asked me some good questions about the size and the height, and if it works for my needs. And one of the things is this table is actually going to be 36 inches high, maybe 37 inches by the time everything's said and done. And being only 5'1", that's not a lot of room. That's up to my chest, and sitting down, it would probably be about here on me sitting down as I am currently. However, I do have my chair on the lowest setting, but I can adjust that, and I can adjust other things, and that'll still work. I might have to figure out some kind of footstool or something for my presser foot, because my legs are certainly not long enough to reach once I move my chair up 6 inches. So if that's the biggest of my worries, that's okay. Part of the other reason I decided to go ahead with this plan is we have somebody I work with is what I would consider a master woodworker. He's made a lot of furniture, a lot of bowls, a lot of really nice decorative stuff. I've seen his work. It's pretty fabulous. When I showed him or explained to him what I wanted to do, he basically told me I was off my rocker, that it was shoddy workmanship, and then he finished off with, besides, women can't build stuff, which is a very good way to ensure that I will find a way to make it. So tonight I picked up the first two pieces that I need for it. Probably in the next couple weeks I will pick up the largest piece that I need for it. Problem is it's an interior door slab door. I have a compact car. A door's not going to fit in it. My seats don't fold down. It wouldn't, even if they did fold down, it wouldn't fit. It would flip right out. So I have to do some asking around, get a hold of a vehicle that can transport that. I have the feeling I am going to call the magic number of DADDY to please do that for me. So there's that. So probably in the next couple weeks you'll see some progress, hopefully. And maybe what I just need to do is schedule myself to do a couple of quick projects to kind of get the mojo to come back from the sandbox. But yeah, that's over 9 minutes of me rambling and not really showing you guys anything. So if you made it to this point, kudos to you. Hopefully next week I'll have something to show you guys. Maybe next week I'll actually dig out the couple of blocks that I made a couple weeks ago for my mom's project to do. I could probably do that. And I will talk to you guys next week.